Greetings, sisters and brothers in the Central Gulf Coast. This past Tuesday, I met by video with many of the clergy of our diocese, and as their faces began to appear on the screen, I was reminded of how much more meaningful it is to see someone's face in a conversation rather than to simply read words. That's why I'm shooting this video, to let you know of some things that are happening in the midst of this storm that we find ourselves. On Tuesday, when I saw the faces of my colleagues, I have to admit I saw some stress and strain of this moment. I saw some looks of confusion and concern, but on each and every face, I saw faith and hope. Like Jesus, our clergy have set their faces for Jerusalem, so to speak, and I'm confident that they're doing all that they can to hold you together while you're apart, to respond to your pastoral needs in creative ways, and to adapt their ministry in this unprecedented season together. Please pray for them, and please help them by doing the best you can to keep your pledges current. Theirs is a vocation that is dependent on your faith in God and your church and how your faith is expressed in your giving. They're working hard for you, and your diocesan staff is working hard too. We meet each day by video link. We are exploring ways to help financially, especially our smaller congregations, like trying to find a way to offering online giving that will go directly to the churches. We're constantly updating our website with resources for your use during this time, and including ways to keep the daily prayers online, to worship together, to reflect. To that end, next week I will begin a weekly Bible study and reflection. I've entitled it, Give Me a Word. It's because I was walking down the hallway a few weeks ago at the Hampton Inn in Troy. It was Sunday morning, so I was all decked out in my clergy uniform, and as I was coming down the hallway, I saw this fella, and we exchanged gestures, said hello, and then all of a sudden he said, "Hey, Pastor, give me a word." I had heard of this custom in other denominations, so I blurted out, "You're blessed." And he shouted back to me, "And you're God's favored one." Give me a word. I've been replaying that moment over and over in the last few days especially. I've even prayed it. Give me a word. I only speak for myself, but I could use a word or two. Maybe you can too. I could use a word that would kind of quiet all the other words that I'm hearing and reading in the news. I could use a word that would lift me up when I'm low and would comfort me when I'm feeling alone. I could hear a word and use a word to remember what's most important and to remember whose I am. To that end, at least until we're back together in church on Sundays, each week I will offer a few words of reflection and a Bible study. Think of this resource as an impromptu good book Bible study. I won't be focusing on one specific book in the Bible, but rather we'll explore several different passages and some stories that might carry us in the days ahead. I'll post the scripture lessons on Monday so that you can have a chance to read them, and then on Thursday we will upload a video that will offer some background, some context, and maybe some questions that you can ponder in your own time. And while you're at it, why don't we all join in this practice as you go about your days, as you see people, talk to them, give them a word, email them, text them, FaceTime them, call them, let them know whose they are. Give them a word of support and hope. Give them a word of grace and mercy. Let them know what's important at this time. Let them know that they are God's favored one. And you are too. And it matters for us to tell that to each other. So give them a word. God bless you, and peace be with you.